Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. This is the week 15, April the 5th through the 11th weekly wrap-up. This week was crazy. Crazy. Oh my god. My body is rebelling against me. I'm touching my face all over the place. I look a hot mess, but oh well. I didn't want to get up this morning to come down and record this. So what you see is what you get this morning. Lopsided ponytails and all, and that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, so my essential job that I go to is running out of work to do. And people are steadily stabbing each other in the back. This like 60-year-old I want to like stab in the face because she thinks she knows everything and she's about to drive me crazy. Coming in after I've set up a process in place, and she want to talk shit about me. So yeah, I'm not very happy with them right now. I am definitely looking for new employment because I don't know how much longer I can deal with this amateur hour. It is absolutely crazy. But let's just get into the books that I read last week because I want to get this done, get this out to you guys. VEDA is taking its toll on me. My body is taking its toll on me. Like I said, I'm like waking up at like 4:30 in the morning every single morning, regardless of if I have to go to work or not, which every day I have to go to work, Monday through Friday. But then when I get home, I'm real tired and I'm like falling asleep by like 9 o'clock or so. So yeah. And then Fridays, my body's like, ha, it's the weekend. We're going to sleep at like 7 o'clock in the evening. As soon as you get home, we're going to bed. Let's go sleep. But for last week, I read 7 books. So if you break that down, that's like a book a day, right? Yeah. So let's just get into what I read. I finished reading Barbarian's Mate, which is Ice Planet Barbarians number 6 by Ruby Dixon. This is an alien, sci-fi, erotica, romance. I give it 4 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listen to it as an audiobook. This book follows Josie and Hayden. And this is a true hate to love, not realizing or accepting the love that's right in front of your face. I was here for it. Their back and forth, their denial was just so palpable, and I just wanted to like strangle them. I just wanted to like, just do it. Just come together. Just come together. Oh my goodness. The next book that I finished was Ashes, which is Web of Desire number 3 by Aleatha Romig. This is a romantic suspense. This is the 3rd book in the series, so you have to read the other 2 books to get all of the story. Oh my goodness. I gave this one 5 stars. I gave it 3 Steam fans. Read it as an arc. It came out this week. You guys need to go read this series, this trilogy, because it's flippin' amazing. The series, the web series for all of the guys that are in the Sparrow outfit are flippin' amazing, and this one is no joke. Oh my goodness, I can't really go into what this book specifically was about, but it is the conclusion to Patrick and Madeline's story. So much happens, so many more twists, so many more things happen, and there's a scene in this book that blew my mind. Aleatha Romig never used to really go into an action scene too in depth, but this one, she blew my mind with this action scene. I legit was floored when I read this. I was speechless. I'm still speechless. I am just emotionally connected to this, and it just played in my mind, and it was just so good. So flippin' good. Oh my goodness. And even though the ending was wrapped up for this trilogy and tied up with a bow, and it's beautiful and it's amazing, it even gave me teaser feelings for the next trilogy that's going to be coming out for our 4th Sparrow. That I can't wait until this fall to get the next Sparrow story. And oh, I can't wait. Just this whole series, this whole world. Patrick and Madeline were amazing, and the whole world is amazing, and I just can't say enough. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Just better. Oh my gosh. The next book that I finished was That Secret Crush, which is Get Lucky #3 by Meghan Quinn. I placed this in rom-com. I give it 5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listened to it as an audiobook. This is returning us back to Port Snow and the Knightley brothers. If you don't know, the Knightley brothers are 4 brothers that grew up in this small, idyllic, like, town in Maine, and it's small town feel to it, but the brothers went down to New Orleans. They feel like they've got a crush, or not a crush. They feel like they have a curse on their love because all 4 of them have had a hard time. And this book follows Reed, who is a chef. So there's foodie talk. Oh, be still my little foodie heart. I love that part of it. And Eve, who is the sister to Reed's best friend. And Reed and the best friend had a bit of a falling out, but when Reed comes back to town, he's kind of down on himself and down on his luck, and you know, he's just not feeling it, and he still has his best friend, but they never explored the feelings and the looks and the things that they had going on with them when they were kids, and it was just so much fun. It was definitely that secret crush, brother's best friend or best friend's sister feel, grief, and yes, finding your place in life and what you want out of life, and so yes, just so good, and it brought the laughs and it brought the heart, and just so good. And the food was amazing. The next book that I finished was Thrown Away by Leddy Harper. This is a contemporary royalty romance, I guess you could say. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 2 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. It comes out here either next week. I think it's next week, because I think it said the 16th or something like that. But I think you guys should go check this out. It was a fun twist. It has a little bit of feel of Cinderella, because we have Moira, who is a princess, and Ryan, who is the guy that sort of meets her on the pier and in some ways saves her from doing something that she wasn't sure if she was going to do or not. And identities are kept secret, and then you find that there are more connections with these two than you could have imagined. I loved it. Felt like a sort of Cinderella story, but at the same time it had fated mates feeling to it with non-paranormal aspects to it, and I just really enjoyed this royalty story. The next book that I finished was Legacy by Dylan Allen. This is a Black author. I place this in contemporary. I give it 4.25 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I listened to it as an audiobook. And this is a story about a woman with a weird name. Her name is Confidence. And Hayes, who is a billionaire guy that has left his family, and then he came back to his family when he was of age, after he's supposed to inherit all these things. And there's a lot of social issues that are in place or placed and talked about in this book and in this storyline. And it's like small time. She's a small time lawyer that has had some things that happened in her past, and now they're sort of, you know, finding a connection with each other, and I really enjoyed it. I don't want to say too much so that you know sort of what the story's about, but at the same time I think you should go in knowing as little as possible, be entrenched into the story and into their storylines as well, and I just really enjoyed it. There's lots of family saga and family drama and things like that, so if you're into that, definitely check this one out. The next book that I finished was Fireman Daddy by Taryn Quinn. Place this in baby novella. I'll explain that in a second. I give it 4 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I listened to it on the podcast of Read Me Romance. Read Me Romance. My shirt on today for, the podcast. I got mine in the mail. Super excited about that. But this story is about Erica and Jake, and they knew each other when they were kids. He was sort of her white knight, when she ended up having a bad relationship and with his best friend, and now she's inherited a bar. He's the fire chief of their small town, and when the two of them have to work together, they figure out that, some of her choices weren't all that great, and he had like this secret sort of crush or feelings for her and things like that. It's a super quick novella. I was actually I have never read anything by Taryn Quinn before, so when I saw the title for Daddy, I thought it was BDSM Daddy Kink, but it's not. It is a baby. It has a baby involved in the story. That's all I'm going to say about that. Which was cool, and the sexy time was super hot. They timed it like super perfectly to cut the episode off when the sexy time was getting hot for this one. Yeah. And it has a fireman in it. I'm down for some fireman stuff. Yeah, definitely. And then the final book that I finished last week was Missing in Action by Canterbary. This is an LGBT novel for male romance. I give it 3.5 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC. However, I do believe it is already out. Kate sent it to me, asking me to review it, and I like her other work, so I figured I would take a chance on this one, and it didn't disappoint. However, it did feel I felt a little disconnected from it, because there are characters within this story that are within her other series, a series that I have not read yet. So, I felt a little pulled out of the story when they were getting mentioned, and some of the things that they had been through, were being mentioned. But this one follows Wes, who is a CIA operative that gets into a bit of a pickle and ends up getting injured and then gets placed under investigation. So you get to see him sort of recovering and dealing with the stuff that goes along with that. And then in walks Tom, who is the assistant to Wes's brother. No. Okay, so Wes's brother is married to Tom's boss. I think that's how it played out. Oh, like I said, so many connections of people that I probably should have known about but didn't know about. But they find that they have an attraction to each other, and they had met before, and there was some secret infatuation before, but with everything that's going on with Wes and him not actually being out of the closet, so it is a coming of age story, but he is older. He's like in his late 30s or mid 30s, so it's not a young coming out and coming of age story. It is a older in life, more established, doing things that haven't been haven't been out, I guess you could say, where he hasn't been out, having a career and things like that, that kind of went against him being out as a gay male. And Tom has been out, but he also felt the backlash of coming out and things like that when he was younger, and the two of them sort of working out where they are in their infatuation and what they want out of their infatuation, things like that. So I did enjoy it, but it wasn't, I felt a little discombobulated by not knowing some of the other stories that were of the characters that were involved in it. Alrighty, so what am I currently reading? I am currently reading The Legend by Dylan Allen. This is, it's not the second book in the River Wild series, because The Legacy and The Legend, the one that I finished last week and then this one, can be read as standalones. You don't need to read them together, but this one came after. The Legend came after the legacy. So this story is following a character you met in the legacy, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It does start when our characters are younger, so I can see that it's going to be a sort of a build up from their young adult age to hopefully their adult age, and their adult stories and their adult lives and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Other than that, I don't have anything else really planned for this week to read. It would be so off the cuff that I don't know what I'm reading. So just keep watching my Instagram and my Goodreads, because I will try and update those as much as possible. I think that is it for this week's video. Let me know down in the comment section if you have read any of those books or if any of them sound interesting. Please go check them out, especially if I have raved about them. I must say this week was a pretty good week. I've been having pretty good weeks when it comes to reading, but I am doing VEDA, so you guys are getting a video every single day, and for the month of April, so please check out those videos. I like to try and keep some of the ones during the week shorter, and you know, changing it up, giving you guys recommendations and things like that. If there is a video that you guys sort of want to see, and you think that I could do it in a shorter video, please leave that down in the comment section as well as a suggestion for a VEDA topic, because I have some planned, but those can always change, and I appreciate cool new things to talk about on the channel. I want to give you guys what you guys want to hear about. So let me know if there's something or topic that you want me to tackle. Yeah. Alrighty. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so that you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.